everybody. So today I want to talk about the fear of taking medication. A lot of people, like myself, have this crazy fear about taking medication. And it's actually known as pharmacophobia. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the fear of taking medication. There's actually a clinical term for it. It can be a deeply unsettling experience for many individuals taking different types of medications, and I'm going to talk about mine here in a minute. But this anxiety often stems from concerns about potential side effects, allergic reactions, or the fear of dependency on medication. Or, in some people's cases, kind of like mine, the fear of dying. I didn't know what it was going to do. I thought it would kill me. I thought with anxiety that I deal with, mine's always health related for the most part. And I'm always thinking the worst about everything and that I'm going to do something and I'm going to die. So that was kind of my crazy fear about medication. People have also had bad experiences in the past with medications, and that can make it bad or hard for them going forward, trying to do medications again. Some people don't trust the pharmaceutical companies out there, and maybe there's some reasons for that or not. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I'm going to tell you my experience. This is coming from a guy who has been super, super scared to take medications, even Benadryl or Advil or Tylenol or aspirin. I've been really bad now since I've gotten older. I've gotten a little bit better about some of that stuff, but it's still been pretty bad. So if you watch my channel, you know that I deal with anxiety, and it's been really, really bad in the past. And I got to a point in my life a couple of years back, like 2 years and 6 months ago or something like that. I got to a point where I just couldn't sleep. My anxiety's always been worse at night, and I could lay there in a panic attack from the moment I went to bed till I got up, and very little sleep in between, and sometimes not any at all. So I went and saw a doctor. Again, this is 2 years ago, 2 years, 6 months ago or so, and he put me on two different types of medications. I got one in the morning and one at night. The first one is Citalopram. Hopefully I'm not beating that up too bad. Citalopram, I take 40 milligrams of that. And I think it's the same as Celexa, I think. This is the generic form of Celexa. And that I was told when I first started taking it, before I started taking it, I was told that it was going to give me kind of a calming effect a little bit at first. I was always told it takes weeks, a month or something for these things to kick in completely. But I was told it'd have a little bit of a calming effect. And it did. I took that first pill, and within hours, there's a little bit of a calming effect there. And also kind of a I didn't care effect. Now, as I've taken it now, it's been a couple of years, that calming and don't care effect doesn't feel the same way as it did at first, but it wasn't hard to take it at all when I first started taking it. Everything I thought would happen did not happen, and it was really easy. And the longer I've been on it, the easier it got, where I just wasn't feeling it. I was tired quite a bit, and if I had to go for a long drive, I had to really be careful that I wouldn't fall asleep. I did have all that with it at first, but now that I've been on it a couple of years, I don't really have any side effects like that at all anymore. I just know that I'm feeling much better than I was before now that I'm on this. Now, I get that medication isn't for everybody, but I went a lifetime dealing with some severe anxiety. It was affecting every aspect of my life, and I don't know if I'd be here today without it. That's how bad it got. So, for me, it was definitely a lifesaver. Now, this alone doesn't help me sleep every night. So I have something, I could maybe get through a night or two a week, but I still take something else. Now, this isn't considered a sleep medication, but it's off-labeled, white-labeled, I guess is what they call it for that. It's quetiapine firmate, and it's 100 milligrams, which I'm told is a small dose for this. And it's off-labeled or white-labeled, like I said, for people that have issues with sleep. And my issues with sleep have to do with anxiety. My mind starts to race at that time of the night. And I can get that going to where I'll do that all night long without sleeping. So I take this. It doesn't make me tired as much as it just makes me go to sleep, if that makes sense. Like if I took it and didn't want to go to sleep, I wouldn't go to sleep. So it's not like it's knocking me out. That's not what it does. I've tried to explain it to people what this does, and it's really hard for me to explain. It just, I lay down and I go to sleep. But if I take it and I don't want to lay down and go to sleep, I'm awake and I'm fine. So it's just, I can't really explain it. I do know in much higher doses, it's an antipsychotic, which I don't have those issues, but the doctor said that it's off-labeled for sleep issues as well in small doses. I would need to take a much, much higher dose to get the antipsychotic effects. But again, I'm not psychotic, so I don't have it in those high doses. But now to get back to like what it feels like taking this medication. The first time I took it, oh my God, I took it at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I figured it'd take an hour or so to kick in. And I remember after like 45 minutes to an hour, I was like, oh, okay, I can feel it kind of coming on now. And all of a sudden it got really strong. Now that was my first pill, my first night doing it. And it was the first night that I took this as well. I took this in the morning and so first day for both of these. And I remember my legs, oh my gosh, it was so strong. I felt like I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. It was so strong. And it scared the crap out of me. Of course, I thought I was going to die or something. It got to the point where my wife, if you guys have seen her in my videos and stuff, Reagan, I call her Raven. But if you've seen her, my wife, she's awesome. But she told me just lay down because I was walking around pacing, having an anxiety attack. Just lay down and just give in. She said, just give in to it. So I laid down, closed my eyes, and no matter how bad I felt and I wasn't really feeling bad. It's just the medication. I was feeling it, and I wasn't used to that type of feeling. And but I closed my eyes and it finally, I woke up the next morning. So, I mean, I let it go. Now the next night it was strong like that again. And I can kind of feel it when it was coming on back then, where it kind of was in my throat and in my chest and in my arms a little bit. That's where I would feel it coming on. It was kind of a strange feeling. And that feeling would give me anxiety, and it made it really hard to want to take it. But I knew that I slept the first night, so I took it the second night as well. And my wife was really surprised because if I'd ever tried anything in the past, Advil or whatever, a lot of times I won't take something again because I don't like the way it makes me feel. And she was really surprised that I took it for a second night. Now it's been over, like I said, 2 years, 6 months. I've never missed a night of it. And I don't get any side effects or anything from it now at night. I go to sleep. So it's been a lifesaver. Does it suck to have to be on medication? Yes, it does. I'd rather not be on medication. I wish my brain didn't do the things that it does. I'm told that my brain does these things because I'm on the autism, I guess, spectrum. And that gets my mind racing and does things like that and hyper focusing on things. And that's where the issues come in for me. Now, I know not everybody has that going on in their brain, and it's just anxiety from anxiety. But my hyper fixating and hyper focusing and, just the brain racing all the time is what causes my issues. But this has been a lifesaver. This slowed my brain down a little bit. My brain is still going 1,000,000 miles an hour, but this slowed it down a little bit. And this makes it so that I can get a night's sleep and get through the next day. So that's my medications. That's why I take them. Before I was taking these, a doctor prescribed me Xanax. And everybody knows that Xanax is a really bad medication, and maybe it's good for some people, and they're doing well on it, but it's highly addictive. And the longer you're on it, the more you need to have of it. And when you want to get off it, it's very difficult to get off it. So I knew all those things, and I would wait till I was in a major, major anxiety attack in the middle of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would take one. And I'd maybe taken them a total. I guess I was first prescribed it maybe 16, 17 years ago. And in that amount of time to now, well, I don't take them at all anymore now that I got these, but I maybe took them 20 times, 20, 25 times. So I didn't take a lot of those. 25 times out of 15 years, it had to be really bad. And and it still would not, it would put me to sleep sometimes, and I'd sleep for a few hours, and I'd wake up the next day hungover. My doctor, towards the end, before I got on these, and it wasn't the doctor that prescribed me these, a different doctor told me to take a Benadryl with the Xanax. And oh my gosh, yes, it would make me go to sleep, but I would only sleep for a few hours. And I felt so horrible the next day. I'd be so tired and then hung over from that crap. And it was miserable, and life was not good on that stuff. Again, I didn't do it often, but it was bad. This, I just have a normal day, and I get a night's sleep and everything's good. So I guess medication, yeah, it sucks to take it, but if you need it, you need it. And I'm very fortunate that I have these and that they're working for me. But I know some people they look at it and go, oh, you're addicted to this and you're weak because you need medication. I don't know. I don't know what to say to all those people. I know that it saved my life and it's done me really, really good. And I can't imagine life without it. My doctor told me I am somebody who will probably have to be on it for the rest of my life. So I understand that, and I'm okay with that. So it's just done such good things for me that I'm okay with that. But anyway, guys, that's my medication spiel for the day. I hope you guys hope it wasn't too long-winded. But anyway, thanks for joining in with me today, and we will see you guys all in the next video. Take care, guys.